When we hear the name Hyundai Palisade, we usually think of a crossover SUV, not an off-road beast. But you might not believe this. This car actually handles this extremely steep and rough terrain with ease, thanks to its all-wheel drive system. Yes, you heard that right, and honestly, you don't even need to hear it. Just look at it. This thing is performing like a Toyota Land Cruiser. In fact, I'm even tempted to make a full off-road comparison video between this and the Land Cruiser. If you want that, tell me in the comments. But the real question is, what gives this car such capability? A solid engine? A smart transmission system? Probably both. So naturally, our expectations are now much higher, meaning it's time for the acceleration and braking tests. First up, acceleration. We switch the driving mode to Sport. 3, 2, 1, and wow, this thing launches way harder than expected. For a vehicle like this, a 7-point-something second 0 to 100 is seriously impressive. Now braking, and here's the issue. The system doesn't properly show stopping distance, so we can't get an exact number. So I want you to guess in the comments. How many meters do you think it takes to stop from 100 kilometers per hour? I'm sure your answers will be interesting. Next up, handling test. This is where things usually get tricky for a car like this. It handles 55 kilometers per hour easily, 60 kilometers per hour still fine, 65 kilometers per hour with effort, but it makes it. At 67 kilometers per hour though, it struggles and fails to maintain proper stability. So we set the final score at 65 kilometers per hour, which honestly is a great result for a car this size and weight. Now suspension test. And this is where things get surprising. We expect a city SUV to be okay here, but this car actually shocks us. The suspension is soft, smooth, and genuinely excellent. No real complaints at all. Paved roads? Great. Rough roads? Great. Bumps? Even better. Honestly, I can't criticize it, and the crazy part is, it still manages to combine comfort with decent handling. That's rare. So again, tell me in the comments, how is this even possible? Moving on to city bump tests. The car goes through them effortlessly like they don't even exist. Now we move into crash testing. First, pillar strength test using the crusher. The car scores around 60,000 newtons, and honestly, that's incredible. I've rarely seen a number that high. It's seriously impressive. But then we notice something. The left wheel gets damaged. Strange detail, but overall, the result is still strong. Next, rollover test. We place it on the roll bar and start the test. The impacts are violent, but surprisingly, the passenger survives without serious injury. And yes, ignore the unrealistic physics of hands in real life. We're focusing on the test results here. Now, the main crash tests. First, head-on collision. The car takes heavy damage but protects occupants completely. No injuries. That's a huge positive. Next, rear crash. Again, excellent performance. Rear passengers remain safe. Side crash test. This is where I want your opinion. Do you think it performs well or not? And how many safety stars would you give it so far? I'm waiting for your comments. Then we do the 50% offset crash. The car performs well overall, but if you look closely, the driver's side door deforms and shifts out of place. Why do you think that happened? In the 100% frontal crash, it again performs very well. Finally, rear and side trailer crash tests. Because of its high ground clearance, the trailer impacts don't really affect it much. Even the wheels stay mostly intact, and passengers remain safe. So overall, I can confidently say this car deserves 5 safety stars. What do you think?